righteous and just a prophet. And then there's a distortion that's negative portrayal of Jesus because they don't want people to follow him. Maybe they say he's a sorcerer or whatever, right? Or let's add another distortion would be in the other direction. They elevate him to become divine, right? So now that, like, as a general, let's say, hypothetical explanation to that makes sense as like hypothetical motives, right? So now, my question would be more about things that. Okay, actually, let's actually describe it more. So, or I label it. So, let's say they are theological motives or ethical motives, right?
I don't believe it's either. I'm saying it's not because at the end of the day, the book Torah wasn't a physical book.
What do you mean it wasn't a physical book?
There was no physical book.
What are you talking about?
Like at the time of Moses,
There was.
there's no, like for example, Injil. There's no physical book called Injil.
That's Injil, not Torah.
Sure, I'm saying that.
Torah was a book for sure.
There was no book that was given to Moses. There was no.
Can you show?
Can you name a single scribe that was writing the book down?
Moses.
They know how to read and write.
It actually says.
Yes.
And is there any evidence for the fact that he wrote up the book?
Well, it said in the Torah
says
that he wrote the book and put it next to it.
I know there was the Ten Commandments. That were in the Bible.
It says it. It says he wrote it.
That's fine, but there's no evidence for it. Like, that's
I mean,
what
no
I'm saying.
evidence.
Huh?
It's not no evidence. It
There's
says
no video.
But that's written 10,000 years after. In fact,
10,000.
in the Dead Sea Scroll, that's it.
1,000 years after.
maybe 1,000. Sure.
1,000. So the point is that there isn't a physical book that we know for sure that existed at the time of Moses. We believe that when it says the book of God came, it doesn't mean a physical book. In the Holy Quran, it also mentions how there's a
So
book
there's
that
never any physical book until the Quran.
There's no way. They're all cheap
Crazy.
laws. They were
That's
laws.
not Islamic.
When something's, when there's a law made, you say it's a written law. It's to emphasize that it's something that is like concrete. So whenever there's a law, it's called a book in a sense, but it's not a physical book. And there's a law of nature, right? Those laws of nature in the Holy Quran, they also called a book. They're not a physical book. Those were spiritual laws at the time. And they were laws that were in a sense written as in they're a book, but it's not a physical book.
So book can never mean a book.
No, it just means that it's like as if it's written by God. Like it's in the spiritual realm. It's not physical.
No, but so
book.
when we read book, kitab, it can never mean a book.
No, it can mean a book. What I'm saying is that even the Holy Quran, for example, it was written down, but it didn't need to be written down because it was memorized by thousands of people.
Okay, but it was written down.
Sure, but that was written down to be preserved because of the fact that the prophecy in the Holy Quran is that it will be preserved and it's for all of mankind, right? None of the other books claim this, that it's going to be preserved to the Day of Judgment. God is going to preserve it, right? So the point I'm making is that you thinking that Torah is like a physical book. What we're telling you is that Torah is a law. That was a spiritual law written in a spiritual book, just like how there's physical laws, but they're not physically written somewhere. A law, if I say it's a law, you'll be like, okay, show me where the law is. Where's it written? Right? No, there's no physical written of it, but it is still there. It's still written in nature. It's still written in the spiritual world that this is a law that, don't eat pork, exactly. It's mentioned in the Old Testament that pork.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. It just doesn't make sense to what actually is said in the Quran and Islamic teachings.
Well, I'm telling you that Quran uses the concept of book as non-physical books all the time.
I mean, like, it does sometimes, but not all the time. Certainly when it's talking about Torah, Zabur.
It doesn't ever say physical books.
It doesn't say, it doesn't have the word physical. It doesn't have to.
It doesn't, no, but that's
very
not
clear.
No, but it's a spiritual law, right? It's a spiritual book. That's the concept.
Was a spiritual book in the time of Muhammad too?
Yes.
So when they brought in physical Torahs, what is that?
Those physical Torah that are brought in, they might contain the spiritual law in it that existed at that time.
Okay, so what was it confirming in those physical books that had the spiritual laws?
The laws, as the Quran says, that whenever there's a revelation, if we cause it to be forgotten or lost, we bring something similar to it or something better than
No,
it.
you're not understanding my point.
So the
You're not
similarity-
understanding my point. I'm talking about what is it confirming that was in it at the
It
time.
was confirming that it's the same God that brought these because it has similar teachings in it. That's confirming. You can confirm those things that are similar. Okay,
Does it say
So,
teaching?
so if
I
it
never
says
seen it.
so let's say it
Even
says
stories.
so let okay there you go stories.
Yeah, stories.
So there are
Because it
similarities.
says stories, it says Prophet Muhammad too as well,
There's
right?
similarities, right? For example, Mary was a virgin woman. Similarity in the Holy Quran, similarity in the Bible. That's confirming Torah. And the
How
law
about the adoption of Moses?
adoption of Moses, that's also mentioned. That he was adopted by the white pharaoh, right? It's
By who?
By who, sorry?
By who?
As an Asiya. It's mentioned in the Holy Quran.
By who? What's her position in the
Yeah, he said.
She's white pharaoh.
Wife, right?
Pharaoh, yes.
Do you know what the Bible Torah
You
said?
know what the Dead Sea Scrolls say?
I don't know what it says, but I'm saying it doesn't. That's not the point.
It is the point.
I'm not saying there's a difference. I'm just saying that
It is the only point.
No. I'm making the point is that there are similarities. I'm not saying there's no differences. There's differences.
It's not similar.
No, it's not similar. Maybe in that regard, but there are similarities. For example, God is one.
Here. The point is, you're talking about stories. Stories is not about the oneness of
Okay, so
God.
Mary being born from a virgin.
No, I'm not talking about
No,
Mary.
no, not
the
that.
wife
We're
of
talking about the
Pharaoh,
Torah.
he said.
For sure, let's talk about Torah. Moses was a prophet.
Who adopted Moses? You said wife, right?
No, that's very.
What the Torah said, you know what the Torah said?
Okay, let's say it doesn't confirm that aspect of it, but we don't believe that is the Torah. That's the point.
When
we're
was
not,
the Torah?
We're not saying that the entire Torah confirms the entire Quran.
Any of
In
the
the details. In
Any of the
any Torah
details of the
detail, yeah.
For example, Moses was a prophet. He was given the Torah. He was given the Ten
He was a,
Commandments.
but he was, what do you call it? He
went
was
to the Mount
adopted
Sinai.
son of whom? According to the Quran, he was adopted son of.
Pharaoh.
According to the Torah, he was adopted son of.
Not sure.
He was adopted grandson of Pharaoh.
Okay.
You see the difference? One generation
No
off.
problem.
So when,
don't have
so
Quran?
when, oh, okay,
Maybe
that's
you-
fine.
no.
So when, according to the Quran, when Musa came back from Madian, okay, and he stood before Fir'aun, what did Fir'aun say to him? Do you remember?
You say you're a magician?
No. I mean, like the first thing, like he comes to him.
What is the first thing he said?
Yeah, basically.
What's the first thing? What Moses?
Surah 28.
What
I-
Moses?
Or no, Surah 26 actually. Now I'm thinking 26.
Moses said, right?
No, Fir'aun said to Musa.
Look, I raised you, right? Look, I raised you.
So he comes to him and he says, were you not raised in my household? Did I not raise you? Okay. So that means, what's his relationship to Musa? Father, right? Adopted father, right? Okay, so what does the Torah say? Grandson, because who adopted him? His daughter, Pharaoh's daughter, not Pharaoh's wife. Okay. And how long, according to the Quran, was Musa away in Madian before he came back to Egypt?
How many years he's supposed to serve for the wife? 8 or 10 years. Right? So let's say 10 years max, because ayah 20, Surah 28 and ayah will be what 30 in your rendition. It said after finishing the term, the Moses pick up the what do you call it? Take the family and
Yeah.
start traveling. He started traveling with the family.
And then he arrived at Mount Sinai.
This doesn't negate my point. Because my point isn't that there's no difference. I'm not saying the entire Torah confirms the
That's
entire
fine.
Bible. I'm not saying the entire Torah confirms the entire Quran. I'm saying that there is still confirmation.
But the point for us is you don't know yet, because you don't know the picture of the reality.
Yeah, you
haven't
presume
compared
it is.
So we've compared it.
Yeah, but
We know the details.
Do you not recognize there are some lyrics?
No, I'm not.
Okay, maybe
Barely.
not in the details.
Barely.
But
No, barely.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing in the Bible or Old Testament or New Testament. Okay, so there's a difference there. Prophetic mission. Okay, so yeah, he had a mission. Okay, what was the mission according to the Quran? To guide them. Okay.
Yeah.
What was he supposed to say and do to Pharaoh?
To save the Israelites from
When you compare it, you look at the fundamental things. If I say,
Yes, I do.
you, okay, for example,
I have to have
an
more
alien
diabetes,
comes, right?
though, so I have
To
to
alien, you
have
and him
more
look similar.
diabetes.
So you have two arms, you have two legs, you guys are basically the same, right? And he goes into detail. No, he has more here, less here. He has more here on his arm. You don't look at small details. You look at the general thing. You can.
Only thing that matters is the details.
They don't.
That's the thing.
On a general thing,
That's why you're wrong.
But then I think if you go into
listen. If I say human and pig,
So the details in the Quran don't matter, right?
look at the point. Like, if I say two humans are similar compared to two elephant and a human are similar, are there same things?
He said he asked correct question.
You say
minimal.
I'm not asking.
Details in the Quran, in the story of Yusuf, irrelevant what he said, right? Who cares? Details.
No, that's not the point. My